Hey, what's going on, fellow YouTubers? This is the Burst God here, and I want to take a second to discuss how to solo the newest dungeon on Dungeon Quest, which is called the Canals. It's playable on Roblox if you don't know. It's free, definitely a great game. I recommend it. This current map, definitely my favorite. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. Even the water looks pristine. I mean, considering it's a Roblox game, it's not very high demanding on graphics. That looks great. And just the design of this map right here, dude, I feel like this is like some little, port or something in Europe because we for sure don't have anything like this in the States. But with that being said, that this is a beautiful map and everything was just done immaculate. Uh, let's move forward. I'm running a Warriors build. The reason why I selected Warrior is just wasn't my choice, to be honest with you. It was the gear that was being unlocked to me. So in order to complete this with a higher success rate, you have to go with whatever highest gear you have. I mean, you can have your preference, but if you're only getting warrior armor and stuff like that, you might as well equip it and level it up so that way you can complete this and get the gear that you really do want. Um, but if you do only get warrior gear, I would certainly recommend this over mage currently, only because it's quicker. And what I mean by that is that even though the mage is on par with the warrior now as far as the speed boost is concerned, um, it still doesn't deal out as much damage as fast as the blade storm that's equipped on the warrior that I have now, which are these green circles down here. Um, the reason why I said that is because I've played with players that have more, better gear, better weapon, staff that does way more damage than mine and stuff like that. And when I pay attention to the player stats here, I'm still doing more damage than they are. And as I'm looking at the damage overhead of the enemy, I'm seeing that I'm doing damage slightly faster than the mage. So I don't know if that's by design, if that's something that they got to work out or what, but I strongly recommend Warrior right now, especially if you're trying to solo this or if you want to be someone that's reliable in a team. With that being said, let's dive into this. It's a beautiful map, but because of that, with these intricate designs right here, we got these narrow walkways. These narrow walkways do not provide us with the normal space that we have had in previous dungeons where you have these large rooms. So we're still going to pretty much be applying the same strats that we've done in previous dungeons. What you want to do is you want to come at an angle and see that speed boost is going to help you get across the map quicker and help you avoid being touched by these guys a lot quicker. You're going to use these lamp poles right here, street poles rather, as the landmark for your guide of where to run to get these mages to focus you so you can avoid their sniper projectiles and start dealing out this damage. Alright, first mini boss. First attack is going to be projectiles. Just run around this guy. Don't make it complicated. That's all you got to do. Second attack, he's going to illuminate the floor. Get behind him. You don't even have to worry about that. He's only going to shoot it in the direction that he's facing. That is the third attack. And if you can see it, there's this little illusion that's chasing me. He comes out of this little portal or whatnot after the second attack, which is this one here. He's going to appear now. I'm not going to kill him so you can see it. All right. If you get hit with this, just stay in the area that isn't illuminated and you will avoid that. That little illusion guy is a problem when you're playing this with the group because say this fountain represents another player on my team and that little illusion guy hits me, it does an AoE damage just like a real bomb when it detonates. So that means me and this guy over here is gonna get one-shotted pretty much because the damage is pretty large. And as you can see, I have 200,000 hit points. But that will mean nothing if we have 4 or 5 people in this match and I get hit by that. And guess what? You, if you're this fountain, you're dying too unless you're a tank with 800 hit points or whatnot. Matter of fact, I might have to do a video seeing exactly how much damage does that guy actually do to you. Alright, this is pretty simple. There was no warriors here. These guys you can rub up against these guys all you want. They can't do anything to you. You just gotta avoid their projectiles. Back to these narrow streets. Gonna run at diagonally, which is gonna be like that, to this light pole. That's gonna trigger the hotspot for these guys to chase you and group up together so you can do that little thing we just did there and run past them. That way we're still dishing out this little damage here. These guys don't have mages, so we can run straight up to these guys. There's no one to dodge. Get these guys to group up so we can run past them. Start running towards the direction of the next area and stage you need to get to. No need to stay in circles there. Just keep running forward. You'll kill them if you're doing enough damage. Okay, second mini boss here. This guy is a problem, especially if you're doing it with a group. His first attack is going to illuminate the ground, avoid those illuminations. After you do that, his second attack, he's going to do like this little northeast, southwest type of projectile that's going to go in those directions. Anyone that is touched by that, that damage will spread to everyone on the team, no matter where their position is. So please, make sure to explain to your teammates if you're doing this with a team to not only you should not want to be hit anyway, but in this case, healers and tanks usually don't have to dodge much. They can take the damage. Well, they changed that in this dungeon. Now, if those tanks and healers don't dodge, guess what? It hurts everybody. And if we're doing this with 4 or 5 people, you have 300k, you're one shot. So make sure not to get hit by that. Last attack is the descending sword. Let's get into this though, because I don't want to get too close on time. So that's the first attack that illuminates the ground. Here's the second attack. This is the attack that if it touches one person, it goes to everyone. Now the third attack is this descending sword. All you have to do, if you're the one that have been selected to get the sword over your head, you want to get into that safe zone, because what happens is that's definitely going to be a one shot. It's going to kill you and also spread to everyone on your team. Please stress that to everyone because it will save you a lot of time. And this game already takes a lot of time to get the gear that you want to acquire, as well as once you do finally get that gear, the hundreds and millions of the 100 millions of dollars, inch million, that you're going to spend in gold to actually level that one piece of equipment. So time is precious on here, dude. You don't want to spend it too much going over and over if there's like simple things that you can do to avoid that and to increase your success rate. Here, these areas are not as narrow, but they're still narrow compared to a large room. But you're just gonna do the same thing, go in at an angle and then go into circles. Like I said before, I wish I could make it sound fancy, like, hey, this is the 360 whatever, but why make it more complicated than it is? As you can see, I ran down here. You got this little area here where you could avoid these guys. This is such a narrow area. You want to use anything that you can. Right here, this is the 50-50 thing. I don't even try to run past these guys because it's too sensitive of a hot spot. I think, in my opinion, they should adjust this right here. This is my only problem because you don't even have to be like, there's no weight. It's like a roll of the dice, dude, if you're gonna avoid being hit right there. And if you're doing it with a group and you get hit by 2 of those, guess what? You're one shot. So, something that I don't know if it's by design, but usually every area has like this small narrow space that as long as you don't run across, their hotspot, you won't activate, any type of reaction from them until you get close enough and triggered it. Whereas at that particular corner, no matter how fast, no matter where you run to, there's no way of avoiding their shots. Like how I just ran across that little bridge here and was able to avoid their shots. Like, it's just no way. But anyhow, let's move on to the boss because we're getting close to time. He has three attacks. Boom. First attack, second attack, and his third attack is going to be the charge attack, which he's doing now. For that, you have to go to this orb. This orb will provide you with a shield that will protect you from this blast. Boom, there it goes. He's going to follow it with these three attacks from the top. You know, he has like these aerial attacks that come in afterwards. So you want to stay on top of this. You will be one shot unless you're a tank with 800k hit points or whatever. There goes the three aerial attacks again. So you're just dodging the illuminations and you're getting the shield for that. And that's it, buddy.